The most frustrating thing about being a Moorish American is the fact that when I became one and realized who everybody else was too, the fact that no one else knows this except the Moors that know. And a lot of times we don't speak fluently enough in it to let everybody else know the correct way. And so people just turn against it. This is about when the Prophet went to Havana, Cuba. I'm going to show you something, how everyone knows who we are. We just don't know who we are. When the Prophet went to the conference of Havana in 1928, the Pan American Conference, this is said what he did. During his appearance in Havana, Cuba, Noble Drew Ali registered the Moorish Americans as a new nation within the nation of the United States. He would also sometimes call the Moorish Americans a wheel within a wheel, and would say that one day every wheel of industry is going to stop, and when it starts back up again, it will be in the Asiatics' favor. These Pan-American Conference will also become the design of today's world-renowned United Nations, which issued the Declaration of Human Rights for all peoples of all nations. I read that part before, but I ain't read the other part. They know who we are. This is why the so-called black people went through the civil rights struggle. This is why the so-called black people went through Jim Crow. This is why they went through Plessy versus Ferguson, separate but equal. Because there is no law. There's no standing in law for black. But there is a law for Moors. There are laws for other nations. There are laws for tribes. But we don't want to be ourselves. The first thing the Prophet told us to do was be ourselves. We keep trying to be something else, and then we don't understand why we have all these problems.